Here's another part of my diecast collection of Dinky toys and more. These are all construction equipment. Let's start with these two almost identical looking cranes in front. Cranks will lower and raise the hook. They swivel, and they're both alike except these are two versions. This one has the danger stripes around the body of the crane, whereas this one doesn't. But it's a working toy. Cranks that lower and raise the crane, and cranks that lower and raise the hook. Next we have a multi-bucket unit that swivels and can lower the bucket like that. It is moves by hand. There's a lever on this, but it's in really good shape. And we have a big Euclid dump truck that actually tilts. There's a crank here that will raise and lower the dump bucket. Stone ore and earth. Euclid. Next we have a steamroller, the swiveling front wheel, and a hook on the back, the driver in it. It's from the 50s. This is in excellent condition. Next we have a heavy tractor, and I had to replace the rubber treads on this. They dry rotted. This was found in a antique mall that had never been bought. It was in its original box, never played with, so it's in good condition. I had to replace again the treads on this, but it rolls. They just call this simply a heavy tractor. And in the same vein, they have a bulldozer with the same body, except they have all this mechanics for raising the blade on the bulldozer. Pretty neat. Yeah, Dinky Toys made some good playable toys that were kind of action toys of the 50s and 60s. Also, I had to replace the plastic treads on this also. We have a Colles Crane here, which again swivels, and you can raise the crane and lower and raise the hook. Colles Crane. Another item we have here is a mobile dump. The tilts by hand. Driver is in there. It's a real good construction toy. Johnson. We have a stake bed truck here, and the same truck body is used for this ferrocrete concrete truck. Got Portland cement decal on the doors, and it's the identical cab and chassis, but a different bed on these two, as you can see. We have a compressor truck over here that flips up the panel. You can see the compressor inside. It's been played with. There's chips on it, unfortunately. That's a compressor truck. And we have another dumpster. It has metal wheels. The dump actually is actuated by the hand. It's got a driver in it. It's a pretty neat little toy. Very smooth. Here's a wagon. Can be used for farm implements or for construction sites. been played with, but the rubber tires are in good shape. And we have over here another crane that actuates with crank handles, lowers the crane itself, lowers and raises the hook. It swivels by hand, and that's a neat crane. We have a another crane truck over here. This is pretty intricate. It raises also and extends outward, and it can lower and raise the hook. Let's see if I can get something to work here. This is lowering the crane itself, and there's another wheel here that you turn to lower and raise the hook. It has the stanchions that come out to steady heavy equipment. This is a Colles Crane, and of course it swivels by hand. And there's the two knobs that actuate the crane functions. We have a shovel over here that lowers and raises. The shovel tilts forward and back. It lowers and raises by hand. No hooks no cranks or anything, and that is in fairly good shape. We have over here a little truck cart with a driver. This Dinky toy has metal wheels, and it's from the late 50s. They made this several years. It does have a tilting bed. And next we have a chute conveyor. Actually, this crank activates the rubber conveyor, and then there's a chute at this end. A tow hook on the front, rubber wheels, engine compartment in here, and it's a pretty neat toy. This is in mint condition. We have a cement mixer truck back here, and this of course tilts and rotates, and this is in mint condition also. And our last vehicle, I believe, is a dump truck, which when you activate this crank, it will raise the bed, and the flap on the end, the tailgate, will open. They use this same body truck for several vehicles, different vehicles, and this one just happens to have the dump bed on it. So that concludes my construction equipment segment. Thanks for viewing.